What popular food do you find disgusting? Hey, Up, what the fuck do you actually eat? You agree with every other post that someone makes. So far, you hate grits, okra, pizza, barbecue, tomatoes, avocado, cilantro, lobster, hot dogs, meatloaf. Up only likes his tendies. Greater than hey, Up, what the fuck do you actually eat? Attention, tears. Reading through the comments, they all sound delicious. I think I'm a fatty. I think a lot of people not liking a particular food just comes down to preparation. Most food can be pretty good if made well or to the person's tastes. Except cilantro. That's just genetic and you can't get rid of the soapy taste. I'm so glad I don't have the problems because I adore cilantro. Many people around me seem to like tomato soup, but I find it absolutely disgusting. But I don't know. Maybe just my mom doesn't make it well. I didn't like steak growing up because of how my mom made it. Perhaps try it elsewhere. Or not. Whatever. Had the same situation. I hated steak as a kid. Could never understand why people made such a big fuss about it. Or why they would cost so much money in restaurants. Turns out the only way my dad knew how to grill a steak was well done. Once I was an adult and tried my first steak that wasn't overcooked into dried out jerky, I changed my tune real fast. Not really popular in my state, but it is in some parts where my fiancé is from. Monsieur, he's from the south, so every time we visit his family, the first thing he does is find a small gas station and buys a kool-aid, a pickle, either whole, sliced in half, or in chips soaked in kool-aid till it changes color. Blue raspberry and fruit punch are his fav. I never like pickles to begin with, but soaking them in Kool-Aid is so much worse. Strong vinegar taste with so much sugar. Edit. Wow, was not expecting so many likes, and how other states besides the South has this. Realized I am marrying into a weird family with weird food cravings. If and when pregnancy happens, I know I'll be craving me some nasty Kool-Aid, pickles and peanuts in Coca-Cola. What in the ever-lovin' fuck? I wanna know where this person is from so I can never ever fucking go within 500 miles of there. Greater than he's from the South. Greater than buys a kool-aid, a pickle, either whole, sliced in half, or in chips soaked in Kool-Aid till it changes color. The South of what? Hell, I'm from the South, and I've never heard of this abomination. This is some straight-up Mississippi shit. What the actual hell? I ate way too much cake and frosting growing up that it is now gross. Kids are more sensitive to sugar than adults, generally speaking, so it probably did taste better as a kid because the sweet was overpowering the flavor of the rest of the frosting. I'm the same way. I like sweet things, but nothing like when I was a kid or teenager. Given a choice, I prefer savory or salty treats to sweet. Bloody Marys are everything I don't want in a drink: spicy, overly acidic, and salty. They also usually have celery in them, which I hate. Not to mention they're basically heartburn in a glass. Agreed. I hate a Bloody Mary. Especially now that places serve them like they're a fucking meal. No, I do not want onion rings, olives, or a slider hanging up the side of my drink. WTF. A restaurant near me shoves several slices of bacon, a whole slice of tomato and a whole leaf of lettuce into their Bloody Mary before just shoving a frickin' grilled cheese on top of the glass. It's already disgusting. Why would I want vodka in my tomato soup? And now you wanna just cram my lunch into it? We want plates. I think I don't like coleslaw. But then again, it's been a few years since I've sunk my teeth into that monstrosity. I'll try it again, but no promises there. I love coleslaw, but I once went to a place that served slaw that was, as far as I could tell, nothing but shredded cabbage and mayonnaise. Disgusting. It has to be properly made. Coleslaw covers a huge range of foods that can be very different. You've got your vinegar-based coleslaw, your mayo-based coleslaw, your buttermilk-based coleslaw, and even your sour cream-based coleslaw. Some are tart and salty, almost pickled. Others are very sweet. Some use just shredded cabbage. Others use a whole boatload of vegetables. They can use all kinds of different herbs and spices. I can definitely understand not liking a crappy, watery, oversweet, mayo-based coleslaw, but don't let it turn you off from the wonderful wide world of slaw. Any water that has shit in it. No cucumbers, no strawberries, no lime, just plain ice water please. I have been scrolling and just reading the first sentences. Had to read the rest of yours to understand what shit meant. Yeah, I was thinking, oh yes, I too hate cholera and dysentery. For whatever reason, I've just never been into anything jello-related or gelatin-related due to the texture. The same for flan for that reason. Edit. Bruh, I had no idea this many folks would actually agree with me. I thought everyone else loved it, lol. I live in the South, so when I say I hate okra, it is like I threw a flash grenade into a room of newborns. It tastes like rotten teeth. Most sweets. I hate the taste of overly sugary things. Can't even get margaritas at a lot of places because they apparently use the whole fucking bottle of triple sec per marg. Once I got acquired to black coffee, my appetite for a lot of candy went out the window. I'll still have soda once in a while, but a lot of super sugary stuff no longer has much of an appeal to me, except dark chocolate and Reese's. Sweet potatoes. They are barely sweet and they slander the name potato. Those orange frauds can fuck right off. I don't agree, but I love your energy. I love sweet potatoes, but these kinds of comments are what I came to this thread for. People releasing pent-up anger at vegetables. I dislike tomatoes. It's a texture thing. They're squishy. I hate tomatoes, but I like tomato soup, ketchup, and pasta sauce. I guess I just hate uncooked tomatoes. Blue cheese. I can't bring myself to eat anything with highly visible mold on it. That and it tastes like potting soil smells to me. I like blue cheese, but now that I think about it, it kind of does taste like potting soil smells. Oysters. I find its look, taste, smell and especially its consistency to be very unappetizing. I even tried fried oysters but could barely get through one bite. As someone who loves oysters surrounded by people who hate them, I was under the impression that it wasn't a popular food. Mayo. I have never been able to tolerate even a small amount of mayonnaise. And the damn stuff ends up on what seems to be about 80% of all sandwiches sold. Nasty. VOM-inducing egg sauce. P. I have an irrational fear of mayo. If it's even possible my sandwich or burger was in contact, I won't take the risk. I don't even like to move the jar. When I tell people about it, they act all surprised like I'm being extreme. Yay bitch. I said it was irrational. I don't even like to put my hand near the mayo jar. It's so disgusting. And screw all the restaurants that put mayo on everything. Especially if you don't list it in the menu description. And also screw the food preparers who still put mayo on the food even when I ask for it to be left off. Hard-shelled taco. How do you not end up in pain? How do you eat it and remain dignified? How is stuffing not spilling? I really didn't like tacos as a kid, but turns out it was that I didn't like American tacos. Mexican tacos. Using soft corn tortillas, lengua or carne asada, onions and cilantro are pretty good though. When I was younger I was scarfing down hard-shelled tacos and one got lodged in my throat. I full-on choked for a good 6 to 7 seconds. I was able to wash it down thankfully, but fuck man, that shit almost killed me. Fondant. It's like flavorless gum that you can swallow. I don't think anyone actually liked the taste of fondant. Almost anything fish related, I'll eat it if I have to. But God, I hate the taste of fish. Tuna and salmon have been the only two I've found I like. And sushi and sashimi can fuck right off. Damn my rule of trying any food once. Also cilantro. It's hard loving Mexican food, but cilantro tasting like soap. Like I wish I could taste what you do. Fucking genetics. It could change. Until just a few years ago, It tasted like soap to me too. Now I can't get enough of it on Mexican food. Or, you know, maybe I just developed a taste for soap. Either or. Olives. Olives taint anything they touch to make it inedible. Olive oil is cool though. You like olive oil because it tastes like the blood of your vanquished enemy, the olive. Unpopular opinion, but Nutella edit. Wow, had no idea so many of you also do not like Nutella. I don't hate it, but I'd rather not have it. It's overly sweet and sickly. Also, the way it's lorded over like it's the best thing in the world just annoys me. Licorice. Especially Twizzlers and other similar types of licorice. Twizzlers are mind-blowing for me. I can't believe how popular they are. I'm European and you'd see them a lot in American media, so I was excited when my sister brought some back from the States. They're so waxy and bland. I don't know how they've done well in the States. I've always had a weird urge to chew on rubber wires. I moved to America last year and tried Twizzlers for the first time, and I love them because it feels like chewing on wires. Cottage cheese. Had a traumatic experience as a child where my dad asked if I wanted some yogurt. Spoiler: it wasn't yogurt. To this day I refuse to eat yogurt and gag at the sight of cottage cheese. Lobster. And I live in Nova Scotia, where it's very popular. To me, it's like eating a giant insect. It is, but it still tastes amazing. I simultaneously crave seafood and am disgusted by it. You always know when you're full, because the disgust wins out. Coffee. Can't stand it. Tea is my preference. Love me a cup of brown joy. I feel like some of y'all just grew up with bad cooking. Olives. They taste like earwax. Before you ask, how do you know what that tastes like? 1. It was an accident, and 2. I was a little child. My uncle once ate an olive thinking it was a grape. He wasn't happy about that. Avocado. It tastes like wet grass. Ketchup. 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 I'm not American and I find it nasty how much it's used there. I'm an American and I fucking hate the disgusting tomato and sugar smoothie. I love using marinara where people would normally use ketchup. Fat-free yogurt. It tastes so bland and artificial. I don't like olives. Sour oily balls of bitterness with added toothbreaker stone. Pickles. Not to mention they can stink up a room fairly quick. Oh man, tell me about it. They make me gag. And as soon as they're added to a burger it's ruined. You can't just take them off at that point, the juices have already tainted it. Cereal. It's just cold sweet soup. That's such a disgusting description, it made me not want to eat cereal. You ruin one of my favorite foods and you get my upvote for it? Cantaloupe and honeydew. They ruin fruit salad. And a lot of fruit salads are about 3/4 cantaloupe and honeydew. They taste like moldy, mildewy sadness. Flamin' hot Cheetos. I just can't get past the aftertaste once the capsaicin fades away. It's almost as if I can taste the chemicals. Also, bread and butter pickles. Sugary sweet is not a flavor I think of when I think pickle. Yes, I hate sweet pickles with a passion. I'll only eat like normal, kosher pickles. At least that's what we call them where I live. Growing up in New England, I always got judgmental stares when I mentioned I didn't like the clam chowder. I just don't like seafood. And that goes for lobster rolls too. Frosting. Fuck frosting and everything it stands for. It tastes like a sugary cement paste. It looks great but is absolutely worthless. Kinda like Kylie Jenner. I hate frosting with every ounce of my beating heart. A thin layer of frosting is okay, but unless it's really good homemade frosting, I'm probably scraping most of that off too. I'm used to discreetly throwing away the paper plate cake is usually served on, so that I don't get the OMG you left the frosting behind comments. If there's more than 1 part frosting for 5 parts cake, then it's too much. Frosting isn't horrible. It's basically just sugar, which isn't necessarily bad, but there is always way too much on a cake. I want maybe 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch of frosting for a 4 to 6 inch tall cake. From how you describe it, You probably hate fondant. There's a whole subreddit for that. Fondant hate. Or do you hate buttercream frosting as well? Yep. Don't like buttercream either. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.